Welcome to my channel. I am Anita Goa. I'm going to share with you an updated version of a crow pose tutorial that I did many years ago on this channel. But I've learned a few little tricks in the meantime to support you really find that balance in this pose, which can be quite challenging. It's definitely helped me, and I hope that it can help you as well. Do let me know in the comments how it goes, and I'll see you on the mat. All right, I'm going to take you through a few suggestions to how you can start to find your balance in crow pose, which is quite a challenging position because there is so much fear involved in doing the crow, or it's also called Bakasana in Sanskrit. Our nervous system isn't used to, moving so far forward and resting on our arms. So we have to give our nervous system some time to find that balance and get used to balancing in that way. So there is a lot of sort of roundedness into the upper back, and a lot of times in our yoga practice we're so conditioned to keep our spine elongated and sort of straight quote unquote. Our spine isn't straight because it has curves to it, but we're taught not to hunch or to round. But in Bakasana there is a bit of roundedness in our spine, and a lot about drawing up into our core. Now there's not like a whole lot of core strength. There is maybe a little bit more arm strength, but really it's the whole package needs to come together. So if we shift our weight forward and we pull in to ourselves, then we're able to fly and sort of take off. So I'm going to share with you using some blocks that you can use to see if this is going to help you to take off. So we're going to start on our feet and curl our toes under, and keeping the legs about hip distance apart or shoulder distance apart. And as you lift your hips and you keep your knees a little bit bent, drawing your torso over your thighs so that you feel that connection to your legs, placing your knees onto your upper arms. I start off into my armpits, and then I shift my weight forward, and then the knees end up a little bit more on my tricep, and then I start to shift my weight forward. Now if I place some blocks underneath my forehead, then I can rest my head on the blocks and start to explore the position a little bit more. So if I just rest it like that, lift the feet off, and then draw up, rooting down, then you'll see how far the shoulders are in front and the elbows are over the wrists and the feet are lifted. And that feels quite secure for our nervous system. We feel like, oh, okay, I can do that. I'm supported. I can breathe. I can notice. So you can give that a go. Give that a go. Now with the hands, we tend to always really spread our fingers and root down into our hands, like flatten our hands. But maybe you want to grip a little bit. I've started to do that recently, and I find that that helps to take some of the pressure off of the wrists. So now if we try to do the same thing, start off with the knees into the armpits, then gripping the floor, shifting the weight forward, finding the block. So I'll move it a little bit, resting the forehead onto the blocks, and from there lifting your feet
And then you can start to see if you can lift your head off of the blocks. And that might support you in feeling like you're able to draw a little bit more the energy in to find that balance. Now, if you feel it in your wrists, I like to either turn my palms to face up and stretch my wrists a bit there, give them some counterbalance, or I place my hands alongside my body, and that's also a good way of counterbalancing the wrists. Now, I'll show you a second way. If you place your feet on the blocks to elevate the feet, maybe that will also support you in a different way of starting to notice how you can start to lift the back once you start to get the arm position. Okay, so you can start off here with the knees into the armpits, grounding the palms, shifting your weight forward, elbows over your wrists, gripping the floor, keeping your chin lifted, keep leaning forward, draw up, and then perhaps gradually the feet start to lift off the blocks. All right, so it's a lot of practice, but I've just noticed after having, lost my balance during perimenopause and also sort of lost my strength, and then I had a herniated disc, I've had to regain a lot of balance. So using these blocks have helped me out so much in then regaining that trust, like letting my nervous system trust that this position is okay to do. So it really takes very step by step, very gradually moving in that direction. So don't force yourself, just feel it. Notice how far you can go forward. Pause it there, stay there. Could be for 2 months, it's fine. And then you will feel when you can progress to the next level, then stay at that level. Stay there for maybe 2 months. And then that's how you build your practice of crow pose. Now, it's not just leaning forward, but it's also trying to pull that energy into yourself and sort of harness that energy and trying to soften into it. So as much as you have to put the effort into it, you also have to release and relax into it. So there is that balance of what the Yoga Sutra refers to as asana, as sukham and stiram. So strong and stable, but also easeful and joyful. So try to find the ease in it. Don't put a whole lot of pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the whole process. All right, hope this was helpful. Let me know. Mwah.